Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach.
Okay, so now I'm going to set up a Splunk forwarder. So now this one we set it up and we are able to access this one at 8000 port. Now one forwarder in Linux machine we are setting, and this forwarder will forward the data to indexer, right? That's the plan. So how do we set up? So what I did, I downloaded, I have a link for this forwarder files here. Now this you can use it for saving time. So let me copy this tarball, and for this I need a different machine because IP port number I'm using for that, right? So let me create one box for Worder. This is a different machine and I'll go for T2 small. That is fine for this. Okay, and 8 GB RAM is, storage is okay. This is for the forwarding the data, so not much things are required. Refresh, and let me log into this machine. So Ubuntu sudo -s. Okay, good to go. So go to the OPT, and now I'm going to download this file. So this is the forwarder. Let me check. No, this is not a package of forwarder. This is a server, so I have to. This is the forwarder file, but I want to use it forwarder for latest one. So let me do one thing. This file I want to see in whole. So let me draw. Hmm. So this is Splunk server. This is Splunk server. This is the forwarder. Here it is. Okay. So this is the file I needed. So let me download this file. It's a lesser small package. So I just downloaded this file in a different server. Black background is a different machine. Now you know what? This is something which you have to do in the Splunk server. What you are doing? So basically, there is one port which need to be open for receiving, and that's a 8089 port. Okay, that means on this one, the port should be 8089. So I want to show you this communications somewhere. Let me, huh, I think in the slides somewhere I have a port specifications which I want to show you. If I can find quickly, others I'll explain it. Many files are there, so I'll just ignore it. So this port number 8095 we need to open. So this can forward at the data at that. So that is what it's saying. that need to be open. So what to do in order to open this port number, and this port also is required to open, and there's one more port which is 997 port which is required. Okay, so these are the things. So first thing what you need to do, you have to do this one. uh, you have to enable this forwarder monitoring. How do we do that? So let me do in front of you. So go to the setting, monitoring console, setting, forwarder monitoring setup, and enable it. So let me do that. Go to the setting, forwarder monitoring setting, forwarder and receiving. Monitoring console, sorry, I clicked on bad thing. Go back, setting, and monitoring console. And here go to the setting again and forwarder monitoring setup. And here you make it enable for and data collection interval every 15 minutes and save it. Done. So that way what will happen? Splunk will always monitor those forwarder server to tell you the status whether it's forwarding the data or not. So this way you will get it. Okay, so now you have enabled, and whatever the forwarder you set it up, you will get it here. So right now there's no forwarder setup, so you'll just wait for it. Okay, so here also you can check this, and here also. So that is done. Now this you have to enable the 977 port for receiving the data from the forwarder. So what to do? Setting, forwarder and receiving, receive data, add new, and this is the port number. So let me show you, and go to setting, forwarder and receiving, receive data, click on add new, put the port number default. That's the reason I created another machine, because at that machine it was used. So I set up a new machine. Now that means uh, what we are doing, uh, 997 port, we are listening at Splunk server, and this will send to 997. So make sure if you have a different port number, here you need to configure accordingly. So remember that. So this is a default port number. I'm using it. It can be any other port number also. That's not a problem. Save. Done. This is also done. So I am allowing that to receive that port. Now you have to restart the Splunk instance. Now you can go manually also, and command line you can restart it. But Splunk web is also allow you to restart. So setting, server control. Let me do that. So setting, server control somewhere. Can you look at that? Somewhere server control here, and click on the restart Splunk. Done. It will take few seconds of time. This is the one-time setup. So whenever you configure the distributed environment, this setup you have to do that. Okay, so restart has happened. Click OK. Done. Username is admin, password admin 123, and done. Okay, so this is done. Now these are the firewall and all, you have to take care of it. Open that one. Now the time has come for setting up the forwarder. So I already downloaded the installer. So if you see that in the agent machine, I did this. Console is being Ubuntu, I already downloaded under the OPT here. So now what I'll do, I will extract it. Okay, and done. So this is the package, separate package for forwarder. Don't get confused. Okay, so server indexer is having different package and forwarder is having different package. So like this. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? All of you?
No, from my side.
Nothing from my
Yeah.
side.
S- Yeah. So here, this is the one. I will go inside this and bin folder. So cd splunk forwarder. Inside that there's a bin folder. I'm not explaining the directory structure. Actually, if you are admin of Splunk, you should know. But right now, because of our, we don't have so much time. I'm just going to the only important topics which matters to you a lot right now in few hours. So here there is one utility which is called Splunk. Now guys, if you start this one, then it will not work. Why? Because the first time, right? So the command line, they don't show you the accept license options. So if you do in the Windows, it will give you that UI and all kind of things. So what to do? So you can run this command accept license. If you are activating the next reboot, I think this command. So this is just for help. You will have all this in installation document if you read this. Now you have to set the forwarder username and password also. So not everyone can access this data, and I set it up. Done. So forwarder is done and is running. So what I did, I have this one already done. Now I install the forwarder and start it. So that is done. Okay. You can check the status using this command. Uh, status, status, right? Yeah. And you see it's running. Splunk is running. Splunk helper is are running with the PID number. So that's good. Now the question is, here you have a forwarder. Here you have a indexer. Now forwarder will collect the certain data, right? Which data? So that is called input. Mind it, please understand the concept. Input. And this forwarder will send the data to someone, in this case indexer. So that is called output. Simple concept. So now you need to configure input and output. So output is called forwarder server and input called monitor. Please understand this. Now these all I'm showing you through command line so you understand. By the way, uh, command line, if you don't, you are not good. If you like to code for it, input output block, you can code for it. Certain files in the conf directory is there. You can copy certain stanzas, input and output, and then restart it. That is also you can do that. But right now, because I don't want you to get lost in the files, so many files here and there, so command is good. So remember that input and output. So can I add an input? So before that, I want to show you, do you have an input, sorry, output file or output server or not? So let me show you. I don't know why this console is being exited all the time. Few seconds. I need to fix this. Okay. So here, if you see, oh, I'm in a different directory. And here you see username, admin, password, 123. See, there is no forwarder, right? There's no forwarder and there's no input also. Correct now? Input, I'll show you this one. So this is the forwarder and input. This command will show you what you are monitoring. Oh, input is there actually. Input, so many things are there. If you see that, very carefully. Splunk forwarder is monitoring self. Remember self input. These all files are being monitored. But forwarder is not happening, so it's monitoring means collecting but not sending. Simple. So self monitoring is enabled. But I want to enable var opt. I mean sorry var log, right? So that I'll show you. So first thing what I'm doing, I'm adding the forwarder server. How do we do that? So this is the command. So uh, what is the password? I put it up admin123. Okay. Now, now what is the this one? What do you say? IP address. So IP address for this. Are you? Why this session is getting timeout? I don't know. IP address for this server is this one. Okay. So here I'm adding the IP address. The command is add forwarder server IP address, port number, username and password. Enter. Done. I did this. Certificate is disabled. That's okay. That's certificate work we are not doing right now. Can I see that list one? No, lists forward server. Here. See, right now that server is added and now it is inactive. Inactive means it takes some time to become active. See, now it's become active. Okay. So now you have active forwarder server. That means you know what, whatever the log it was collecting, it will start sending actually automatically to default. Let me show you the default index. So go to setting indexes. By default, it's default, no? So that's the reason. So where is that? I think default was, I forgot that. Hmm, history, main. I need to check the name. I got completely out of my mind. This was mine, and I created two which I don't remember what was the name. Syslog was mine. Earth was mine. I remember now. Now default should be, I think this one. Yeah, I think so. I'm not able to recall right now, but I can tell you later also. So this is the default. If you think no, I want to send it some different index, that is also different methods are there, but right now not complicating. So now that is done. So what I set up the forwarder, but I have to set up my own input also. This is the default input. So what we do? So let me change the, oh, it's okay. Because if I change, I'm fearing it should not disconnected because this Wi-Fi disconnecting my call actually session. Okay, so long forwarder when done. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a input, monitoring input. So what to do? So this is the command to add monitoring, extra monitoring. So mind it here, this is the directory I'm adding, but you can add a files also, some files. But if you add a whole directory, it will take whole directory. Please remember that. All files. So let me run this command carefully and enter. Done. Now I want to check that whether it is added or not. So this command. And now you see here, this is added and all these files will be now forwarded. Okay. So whatever the content you have here, you should see that. And so list of monitoring I showed you, a list of forwarder I want to show you. I lost the command. Here it is. So see, Now what is happening? Very simple concept. The this forwarder is taking the data from the log file and forwarding to the indexer at certain points. Now we can check that. So what to do? So we can go for Splunk, and here default indexer we can search for it. So let's wait for it. Remember, if it is not a default indexer, you'll have to give the index name. So I want to see that from last 24 hours. Where is that? How much data you have come? See, this all come, but it's old data. It's not data, by the way, sorry. Uh, okay, I'm putting the star means everything. And here it is. Now you see that, look at it very carefully. This data is from this IP address 172.31.38.124. I want to validate if the data is coming from the same server or not. And see that it's the same server, correct? So now you have a data, and now this is how the continuously forwarder will keep sending the data here and start searching for it. Let's say you are searching for error, and you have how many errors? You have 13 errors. And try to find out what exactly the issues you have in the log. And this is the search results. You need to learn the search techniques. Actually, I can teach you some of those right now, but again, this we call it SPL, search Splunk processing language. Very advanced and very huge. Here if you see that this is the results, you can create, share, you can save as a report, alert, dashboard. You can convert into table, visualize this. A lot of things you have options. So one by one you have to get into that. Are you understanding? You can filter by these are the fields you have, and so on. So guys, did you understand all of you? How do we configure the forwarder and so on?
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
So now guys, I told you, remember that I can teach you how to collect the logs, and I taught you all three method which is available. You can upload a file, you can monitor the from the server, and you can collect from the forwarder also. Now I will teach you how to search techniques I'll teach you, but what to search, that it's only up to you. So now that we call it SPL. Let me start with it here. This will help me. So SPL, which is a kind of query language which has been used in the Splunk. By the way, I mean, I based on my experience, which I have experienced with Splunk, why everyone loves Splunk, because you have a so much advanced function, command and function, which you won't find in anywhere else actually. And that's the reason everyone loves Splunk actually. So now you need to learn search terms, which is easy to learn actually. But when it comes to command function, that is a one of the challenge you will have it, because there is a hundreds and hundreds of commands are there and thousands of functions are there. So that is something which you have a learnings here. Okay, so how do we search and filter and then you know optimize the search results? So you see the pattern here. So first thing, you filter by what? So filter the log by various different fields. Now if you see that source type in this example on this slide, source type is equal to da da da, status is equal to da da da. So there is a two field, source type and status. Here if you notice a little bit carefully, the wildcard has been used. That means any source type which is starting with access ending with anything, but status code should be 503. Filter it. So can we filter it? Yes, you can also filter it. Let me, why I'm not going back? Oh, yeah. So filter it. So how do you filter it? So for example, let's say you have all the data star. Okay. And now you see that this is the default index. Okay. And you want to filter, let's say you have a host only one because I'm monitoring only one forwarder, but it has a 9 source type. Look at the syslog, cloud init, dmessage, and different. You know that these files. So you want to only analyze the syslog. So filter, and you see everything, and source is this one. So this way you filter. So now I'll remove the star, filter by say source, and this one. So how many total lines you have in syslog? 1107. So same way, if you think, oh, okay, I filter, but you know what? I have to only get the input where the process ID is kernel. So click on this, and you see here, process is equal to kernel. And now you have 557. That means these are the logs, which is a process log from the kernel from the syslog. So here, what I'm teaching you is a is a filter technology. Okay. And now you can also you add something like a process cur star, this wildcard, and still the results will be same because you have only one, right? So like this. So this is the way you can filter. Okay. uh, Now after that, what you can do, after that you can uh, in this if I show you, in this text search is not there. Text search means search term search is not. Example, there's a filter available, source type and status, but term search is not there. What is a term search? So let's say I'll give you example for this. I have so many slides with that also, but because I just don't want to cover so many slides, I just want to show you. For example, here you have this many logs, and now you want to search the line which has a work queue. So this space and this is the one text. Enter and see only one logs which has a one work queue. But now you say no, no, no. I want to have a logs line which has a hawked space CPU. So here put this one. See one. But you'll say, no, 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 I want this time the log where you have a hooked and CPU both. So let me see, and operator, see, or you want to see or. I'm just giving you idea, okay? Here, see, hawked or CPU. So that means you see CPU, CPU, CPU. So many you have it, right? So these are the text. I mean, this is the filter, but this is the text search. So here, single text, or and double quote, negation also is there, something like this, not CPU, something like this. So you can, all this thing you can do that. Are you understanding me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now if you followed by, now look at the pattern. Now after that, whatever the results which has come from the filtering and search term, on top of that, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And that is where, if you look at it, pipe has been used in this. So if you see, the multiple pipe has been used. And remember that if you understand the pipe in Linux concept, something similar concept we have in SPL also. That means output of the first command results, you apply the second command like this. So here you have a stats. So what is stats? Stat is a command, then followed by function sum, and price is the argument, which is a field basically. Okay, as is a clause, and it will display as a lost revenue. That means column name would be lost revenue. Okay, now whatever you did after that, again file a pipe, then command, function, argument, clause, and this pattern you keep doing it till you get the results of your desire. So that means here the question you should ask, Rajesh, can you tell me the all the commands of Splunk and all the function of Splunk? And I must tell you here, we have thousands of it. Let me just show you some of this. Splunk command. This is my notes, but you should officially look at the official documents. Okay, that are huge actually. So these are the my, oh no, not this one. Splunk commands here. Okay, so here this is a huge actually. You see, so search is a command which will help you to search on the previous filter. See example, whatever you run here, right? Uh, here, and then put the pipe and put this like this. Search index this one, status 200 error like this. So search stats, which calculate aggregate statics for the field. It will display in the tabular format. So tabular you can apply here also. Tabular, which field you have to specify field. So table by time and T capital actually. Just a second. Sorry. Uh, event or index, travel index. Oh, maybe why it's not coming? Wait a second. Stats and count. Host. I'm just exploding the fields. Host. So here and then you can show table format. Table by host. See. So likewise you can do the processing and so much. Table, time chart, where, eval, rex, top, dedupe. So many commands which you have. You can see that's pretty long one, but officially you will find better one. I mean better all comprehensive actually. So many commands depends on your requirement. There are a lot of commands are there. Now followed by function. So here just type function, enter, and here I'm not able to quickly locate. So Splunk list of function, enter, and see here, this is the official documents. Okay, and you will find probably all the functions. So it's not loading little bit. So this I think not properly defined. Only few of these are here, but actually if you look at this little bit, go in detail, you'll have a function reference here. Hundreds and hundreds of function. Yeah, this is the doc. These are the categories, DSP by categories. Yeah, so pretty long list of functions you have it. Okay, and see, these are the functions, only functions. So last one I showed you command, then so functions. So you have to, based on the requirement, you have to put it up. So how it will work? So now you understand that first time filter, then search by the text, pipe, then commands, then function, and whatever that, and keep continuing till you get the desired results. So output of the first you can do, input will be from the second, for the second, output of the second will be input for the third, and this will continue just like this. So you see that initially the first table, it was long complicated data, then you got something else, then figure it out something else, and then put it up something in this way. So here you see source types is log error, all the error you will see, top by user, and remove the percentage field from that. So something like that you can do that. So yes, so you can search term, then command, then function, arguments, clouds, and keep doing it. Search command, command functions, so on. So guys, are you understanding, all of you, this pattern for the searches?
Yes. Uh,
Okay, so yeah, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to show you some of the stuff, because this is pretty long, some of the stuffs which you can understand easily. For example, uh, let me go to here, Splunk SPL DevOps School. So what I have done, um, I'll show you something. Uh, I'll be keeping in the recordings, okay? So this, whenever you refer the recordings, you'll get it this one. So this is for Windows query. If you want to refer it, Windows searches. I'm looking for and looking for, just give me a few seconds. Let me search for Apache. Okay, maybe in this document only. I'll check. Go to the bottom section and okay, not here. Okay, so I got it. I remember now. So you have to go to Splunk here. Okay, and guys, this is the URL, and then put the labs. Where is URL for lab? Uh, I just want to search for it. LAB. Labs and exercise. Click on it. Now, oh, this is also gone. Just give me 2 seconds. Yes, this is the one. So keep this URL in memory in the recording. Okay. So what I have done, I have given some of the sample data which you can find here. Those sample data you can. Okay, wait a second. Just a second. Some of the URL has broken. Sample data. This one. So you will find lots of sample data at this URL, which is one GitHub repository. Okay. And typically you sample data, you don't need to download only from me, because this is a pretty old data. So what you can do, I'll suggest you, better you monitor your machines, Windows or Linux, and that will become a sample data. But here some of the sample data I have uploaded. some tutorial data, earthquake data. This was given by Splunk only, which includes some security logs or something, and some more sample logs actually. So you can upload. How do you upload? You know that. So this is the place we have it. Okay. So what you do after that, if you go for sample data, then you follow this one. Okay. This is a step-by-step uh, tutorial. So here I showed you how to install. I showed you how to ingest. I showed you how to search. I showed you how to search using field and some of the basic Splunk techniques I showed you. But here, how to use commands and functions, transformation, creating reports, pivot, lookups, alerts. So this required little bit of more bandwidth on that. So what you do, I'll show you that. So click on this and this will give you step-by-step knowledge on this. You are just blindly need to follow this. So let's get loaded. See, so complete detail, what need to be need to be done, and description, task 1, 2 with a screenshot, 3, 4, 5. So you have to just blindly follow and you'll be able to perform that. So each of this is the results. So sample data, you whatever I showed you on this, you can undo the work. Okay, so this is having 13 sessions. I think 2 to 3 days. If you do that every day, 1 sessions, that will be superb actually. Did you understand, all of you?
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.